there! Today we're going to be talking about this pen. This is a special edition that you have probably never seen of the Lamy Safari. It's a very interesting pen. It's all purple. You know the Lamy Safari. And one thing that's very interesting, it's a special edition, is that it says Hero. Oh, wait! It's not a Safari at all. It's a knockoff. So, we have to discuss this. This pen was sent to me by Adrienne, and she bought a bunch, and these are pens. This is the Hero Summer Color, and this is a Lamy Safari. I don't know, but I see one or two similarities. What do we make of this? Well, clearly this is an imitation pen. Is that allowed? No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed to copy a product completely. So, Hero was smart, and they made an adjustment. If you take a look at the section shapes, the barrel shapes, you'll see, probably, possibly, I don't know, that the Safari is flat, and the Hero is flat and round. Is that enough not to make it a copyright infringement? I highly doubt it, and I'm not sure whether these things will stay in production, but as you know, China has some different copyright laws, and I think it is officially not forbidden to copy products there. I think that's what I heard from someone. I'm going to cover this pen, cover the parts, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and I'll do a writing sample. But before we get into a huge discussion, let me just address a couple of issues here, okay? Should I condone this? I find that hard to believe. I mean, Lamy makes this stuff, and clearly this is the same pen. I mean, forget about the round barrel. It's the same pen. Even the nib design looks the same. So should we condone that? No. No. I think this is an imitation product, and I would not advise people to go out and get this. Alright, let's make that clear. I'm not saying that because I'm afraid of copyright infringement. It's just about the principle. I don't think we should enjoy using something like this. But these products exist, okay? I'm willing to bet that this costs less than the Lamy Safari. That raises another interesting question. If Hero can do it for this price, and in all honesty, the quality is decent, this doesn't feel cheaper than a Safari, why does Lamy charge so much? Okay, now I don't want to get into a huge discussion here because I'm sure there are people who feel very strongly about why these products should be allowed. I'm sure there are people who feel very strongly about why these products should not be allowed, and why they should be allowed, and why they shouldn't be allowed, and why they should be allowed, etc. I'm going to review this pen, and I'll let you decide whether it's worth it or not. How about that? Okay? Good. So, parts of the pen. We start with a very nice Chinese looking flower design on top of the cap. Can you see that? Flower design. Now we have the entire cap. We have the same little groove that the Safari has. We have the same clip that the Safari has. We have the same ink window, except it says Hero here instead of Lamy. Okay, cap slides off. We have the exact same section as the Safari does. If you know the Safari, you know what I mean. We have the same nib design, except this has medium and Hero, but look at that. That's just a Safari nib. And just because I know that you're going to ask, I was unable to get it off. So you cannot just put a Lamy nib on this, just so you know. You unscrew the pen, the barrel, and you get this converter, which, not surprisingly, looks a lot like a Lamy converter. It doesn't screw in there, it just clicks in there, but hey, it's definitely Lamy-ish with that flattened turning knob. As to size, well, it's a Safari size, and you can post it just as you can post a Safari. It's not a deep poster, which I seem to recall from the Safari is a bit better in that regard. You see the difference? So the Safari posts a bit deeper. The nib on this Hero Summer Color is a bit scratchier than what I'm used to from Lamy. But, you know, it writes. It definitely writes. Okay, so there you have your basic pen. What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, I pretty much like the same things about it I like about the Safari. The grip section is not for everyone. Some people find that extremely unpleasant with these facets. Okay, that's allowed. I personally don't mind it so much. The ink window is useful. Whether you use cartridges or a converter, you can see how much ink you've got left, which is very useful. I like about the Safari that you can interchange nibs very easily, and clearly that is not an option here, so that's something I don't like. Now, of course, the biggest thing I don't like is the fact that it's a knockoff. Just a complete and utter knockoff. There is no excuse. This is a Safari knockoff. We just had that discussion, so we're going to go through that again. Other things I don't like about it? No, not really. Again, I would like to see how long this thing stays in existence before Lamy tries to sue people, but for now it's there. Came in that funky little plastic box with a little plastic thing to keep it suspended in space, and that's it. So weight, I have 20 grams. Size, 140 millimeters. Capped, 128 millimeters. Uncapped. Diameter, well, it's a little hard because you got those weird grip scales, but so about 10 millimeters at the widest, 12 at the narrowest, 12 at the widest, but that doesn't really count because you don't really grab 12 millimeters anywhere because you got those cutouts. But alright, just to give you an indication. I very much would like to see how this thing writes, so that's what we're going to do next. I hope this was useful, and enter the whole discussion of whether or not this should be allowed or not if you want to, but for me it's just about showing you the pen. Okay, just wanted to say that. And again, I do not condone copying behavior. I'm not encouraging this. Someone send me this pen and I review it. Alright, boom, writing sample. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Okay, so here we go with that Hero summer color. I'm terribly sorry. I don't recall which ink this is. I inked up a bunch of pens at the same time. I forgot. Very sorry. This is a medium nib. Writing gives you some feedback. It is, I would say, the nib is a class less than the Lamy nibs, with which I've never really had any issues. But it's not a scratchy nib. That's just more feedback than a Lamy nib. Fast writing. As to wetness, you see there's quite a bit of white there, and it's just not a very wet pen. It's on the dry side. You can work on that yourself, but I mean, that's what you get. Line variation, well, you can actually squeeze out a bit. It's not that bad. Reverse writing, maybe. Works well too for those of you who like that, and then it goes from indeed a medium to a fine, I would say. So, there you have it. Adrienne, thanks for sending me this. Now let's start an entirely long and pages long discussion about whether or not this should be acceptable. Alright? I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.